Shalom. This is Sincere Milk, Lion's Den. My name is Yahweh Sap. I camp out with Lion's Den Yashawala in Jacksonville. First and furthermost, I'd like to always say a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the apostles, and to the women and children who are all over the world, by the way. Kal Harayam La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Ha Rodash Kodash. Mark, all praise to Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit, in holy, and in truth. Double honors to GMS, the elders. Also, honor to my elder, Awam. Salutations to the apostles who are in four corners of the earth, in sincerity and truth, and to the women and children. Shalom. Okay, well, it's going to be another interesting edification. Salakia. Something interesting came to my Gmail, and before I start the lesson is going to be about saving and losing lives. Okay. Someone in Puerto Rico sent this to me. Puppet C PR Puerto Rico, the remix, and they said in my column, keep your Hebrew Israelite cult BS that you picked up from African Americans in the USA where it belongs. Well, you should have done your homework. It could be also one of these government people that work secretly, right, with algorithm, looking what goes in, right, what everybody's talking about, and decide to put his 2 cents, he or she, you know. It could be one of our own kind, or it could be somebody, you know, my guess, you know, I don't know, Puerto Rico or anywhere else, that didn't like none of my videos, or one of my videos, okay. I saw a video of a woman in Puerto Rico. She's bought land and she's farming, and I wrote to her that that's, you know, that's beautiful and everything, but that's not going to save them. Okay, good idea. Okay, but she's begging to the Edomites, right, to you know, help her, right, because she wants to promote this to the whole island, and you know, it's a good way to entertain, keep people busy. But it's coming back to who you really are that's going to save you. Yes, it's all right. It's smart that you're doing that, you know. You're going to need it. But what's going on, that the government Edomites over here, and the rich ones as well as Bill Gates, who's buying land around the world, and rich people buying land in Puerto Rico, even if you're living on it, right? They go to the real estate and they buy it. Number one is that you were tricked to use the Federal Reserve counterfeit money. Okay? And since our so-called, whatever they call it in Puerto Rico, government, right, who really bowed down, took an oath to do the Edomites' dirty work, our own people, and plus they got government Edomite people working in Puerto Rico in positions, high positions. They're stealing the land. Nothing you can do about it, you know. Hell, what's that legal terminology name that it can use also? Eminent domain as well, right? Or they can make up new names, okay? The problem is that you're suffering from head-up-ass syndrome. Probably you didn't like that word either. But I did share with you, you should look it up. Google it, head-up-ass syndrome. And you see what's going to say. Okay? So if you have land, right, what you want to, and if you're single, especially, you know, a Puerto Rican woman who doesn't know she's a, you know, family or a tribe of Ephraim, you want to look at YouTube. The only advice I can give you, you know, look into GMS, Hebrew Israelites, okay? If you don't like how we talk and how they talk, you know, my elders, there's other YouTubes you can pick out there. But try to stay away from those 501c3 incorporation churches. Those churches are in Puerto Rico. That brings curses. How come you're having these all disasters going on, right? And then these churches come out and say, we're here to help you. No, they're here to screw you until you're black and blue and tattoo, okay? But the bottom line, to get to this, whoever wrote this doesn't have balls or breasts to come out on YouTube, and say what's on your mind, he or she, okay? We're all over the world, okay? I'm not alone, all right? So, you got my attention, you got our attention, so we'll be watching you, we'll be looking for, your YouTube, right? And here it goes now. The reason they're buying the land is because they're going to kick you out of Puerto Rico, all right? I know that I also wrote down, you didn't like about the Agenda 21, right? They're going to kick you out so you can come over here, right? Come to America. And remember, in Puerto Rico, we have so-called Africans, right? So you should be ashamed of yourself. Those are our brothers and sisters, and they're not Africans. Matter of fact, in Puerto Rico, the archaeologists, don't know his name, but he found 800 ancient stones, Paleo-Hebrew, that are also in other parts of the world, even in museums. You're not doing your homework, right? So anyway, they're going to kick you out, and you can leave quietly, right, or forcefully. You see, the second shutdown is going to come, right? And after that jab with those nanochips, right, that a lot of you are going to take, right, especially the tough guys, right, that send this but don't show their faces, right, chicken shit. Well, the trouble you're going to be having, the Puerto Rican women in Puerto Rico, is that when you go to bed with these Edomites, all, right, Puerto Ricans, they like to call themselves now, and hold on to that when they really, are Israelites, is that those nanochips will be passed on to you. It'll come out as time goes on. Science going to say, oh yeah, look, we did discover, now that we have more proof, just like blood, it did, just like AIDS, it passed, and you got it. And that's how come you're having these health problems, because you only got a little bit, when you should have came to us and get the real deal, the whole amount, right? But, you're going to have a shutdown. You're also going to have military ships. See, because rich people want to go into the islands, right? And they're building that wall with military on the islands, okay? While they have us in here so they can do what they want to do, right? Is bring the population down. So you would have been smart, if you're single, to start learning while the YouTubes are still on from the Edomites, right? See who you can make friends and connections with. Because you that are single, you're going to be raped, right? When that shutdown comes, that riot, that second one, it's going to last longer. You're going to be raped. You're going to be used as currency and as food and sex trade. Okay? Your children's, they're going to be taken away, or they're going to be, raped in front of you, used as food. And your husbands, who turned their back, if they're Puerto Ricans, they turned their back to the word, never came back, and went out as a living sacrifice in the highways and byways to save their brothers and sisters, to call them in, and to save you and his children, your children's. If he says he loves you, you say you love him, vice versa. So here it goes now. Saving and losing lives. Matthew 16, 24, 27. So here we go. Then Yahweh said to his disciples, if anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. 25. This is in red letters, Yahweh speaking. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Yeah, food's not going to save you. Okay? thinking that you're going to own land that is yours? No. Everything right now belongs to the Edomites. Everything. They're around the world doing what they do best. Plundering, stealing, murdering, and raping. They've been doing it for years. It's nothing new. Right? They go way back. They are the descendants of Esau. Go further back than that, you know. Cain and Abel. Right? You remember Cain. Right? The story. Murder Abel. Now Cain's a what? A fugitive and a vagabond. Running all over the place. But since he multiplied, now he, you know, he's trying to see how he can stop this message. Because now the curses that was on us, right? Because we turned our back on Yahweh Bashin Yahushai, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos, and speckled birds. It's going back to them, right? And we're going to go back, your chosen elects, are going to go back to what? Rulership of the whole world. Things are going to go back in order, even with you women. 26. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul? And what you're giving? You going, you're asking for help? When in 1950, they did a mass murdering in Puerto Rico? Huh? In 1950, man. Right? You thought that we don't get these books out here? It's easy, man. Okay, what you should be getting is this book so you can understand more about the jab and how they're going to bring out more viruses. Right? Private investigator. Okay, I put this in every video that I'm doing because since they keep talking about, you know, how they want to come after us first because they want to help us now. Now they really care about us. Right? They care about our well-being, yet they're still selling cigarettes, still giving pharmaceutical drugs. Yeah, and you eat it all up, right? You're on welfare because you get free condoms, free birth control pills. When you get pregnant, you can have abortions for free, not pay in Puerto Rico, right? All right, let me move to Matthew 24:31. Yep. Quoting my brother's BS. All right. Okay, let's go 24:31. Give me a minute. I'm looking for the oh, it's in the red letters. Verse 31. And he will send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they will gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Chosen elect, he's going to gather. Right? Those chariots that you believe are UFOs, right? Unidentified? No, they are identified. Okay? And when they come, get ready. A lot of you are going to be zapped. All right? Cooked, roasted, beyond well done. When they shoot those laser beams, and you say, well, all of a sudden, I'm an Israelite. I'm an Israelite. It's too late. And then you're going to be seeing brothers and sisters, right? The, what you call them? Hebrew Israelite cult, BS. African Americans. When you have Africans, so-called, living in Puerto Rico, and they're not, they're Israelites. When you be seeing them going up, right? They're the tribe of Judah. The head tribe. No respect at all, huh? But yeah, with the Edomite boy, you bend down, you put your pants down, you do everything, right? Yeah, all right. So we're moving to First Chronicle. Corinthians. First Corinthians, Slakia. 15, 1552. 1552. Yeah. We have a lot of brave souls out there that work for the Edomites, that are agents and snitches. They are brothers, okay? But boy, we know we're going to get ours, but ours only going to last only for 10 days, right? We're going to get probably a head cut off, throw in prison, get beaten up, get starved to death. But yours, it's going to last longer than ours. Oh yeah, it's going to be real ugly, okay? And remember what happens when the elects come back. I'll share that one with you with scripture later, okay? 15 I said. 52. Verse 52 says this. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised, incorruptible, and we shall be changed. That's right. You see, there's so many of us that the algorithm, the what they call it, artificial intelligence, cannot even keep track. Even the ones that work with it, the hackers that are hiding in buildings right now all over the world, right? See, look, those are the ones that are giving out, YouTube. Look what they're talking about. Record all that. But how many are they? It doesn't say. Why? Because Yahweh Shin Yahushai is still waking up them around the world, our brothers and our sisters. They come in all ages, unstoppable, unbeatable. Why do you think they made these jabs? Because if you take it, then they can stop that from you waking up, and they can control you, right? They can erase your thoughts, what you know now, how you think now, and they can program you what they want. If they want you to take out your children, you wake up and you take them out, or eat them, you will eat them, and then you say, oh my God, and then they'll rechange you, put back who you think you are, and you go, oh my God, look what I did, oh, I'm crazy. Yes, take me. Yeah, you don't know how serious and ugly this is going to get. Here we go. Matthew 16:28. 16:28. Okay, 16:28. Slack it. Let me look again. And that will be in... Whoa. What happened? I did something here. Give me a minute. No, it's not. I'm going to have to let go of that one. I didn't get it right for whatever reason at the moment. It was 27. Sakya. Nevertheless, let we all offend them. Go to the sea, cast in a hook, and take the fish that comes up first. And when you have opened its mouth, you will find... Okay, no, that's not the one. Okay, so I'm going to have to leave that one out. It didn't... All right, but now let's go to the one that really about the elects. What happens when they be chosen and they go up and get the new body and come back? All right, let's go to... this is a beautiful one. Jeremiah 16:16. Yeah. Let's go to that one. That is an eye-opener. Yep, this is the one that you won't hear 501c3 incorporated churches talk about, or even read to you. They won't go there. What was that famous singer and dancer, MC Hammer? They won't touch this. Okay, here we go. 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishermen. Yeah, that's what we are right now, fishermen. Trying to fish our brothers and sisters. Hey, come back. Get over here. Get on this side. All hell's about to break loose, right? Second shutdown, right? Spraying viruses all over, right? Don't take that jab. Don't take that jab. Market of the beast around the corner. Cashless society, Agenda 21, and on more. It's more. So, said Yahweh, they shall fish them, and afterward I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. So, when you see in the news or Congress getting together in TV and saying that they're having a big problem, that they're noticing that the black militant Israelite, number one, we're not black and we're not militant. If you want to call me this a weapon, right? Okay, but we're not black, right? And my brothers are not black either, right? They're brown, black as a crayon, okay? But it's a tactic, it's a psychological, what they call that? Word control is mind control, right? But the reason that they say it that way is because they read the Bible, right? And they say, look, this is going to happen, Jeremiah 16:16. Those elite, when they get, chosen, and they go up and get the new Bible, they're going to come back down as hunters. Worse than Predator, that movie. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the beautiful thing after that is done and said, we're going to live in harmony, we're going to live in peace, women are going to be in order, no more violence, no more sickness, no more getting old. Land is going to be ours. Nobody can take it, right? Once Yahweh Shai declares it, okay, here's your new body, you're perfect now, right? We're going to be programmed correctly. Now we're going to know exactly how wicked things can really get. That's why we're out here to learn that. And to, wake up and come back to Him. Revelation chapter 1. Revelation. But a lot of you don't want to come back. 2/3 of you don't want to come back. Right? Hell no, we won't go. If anything, you want to defend and fight for the Edomites. You truly believe that the technology that they have, that you can go and attack, right, and kill Yahweh and Yahweh. Okay? That's crazy. When He controls good and bad, He gives life and He takes life. Revelation 1:14, verse 14 through 15. His head and hair were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes like a flame of fire, right? Because the wine, when the brothers drink wine, their eyes get red, right? His feet were like fine brass, as if refined in a furnace. Well, you already know what the color of brass is, a brown. When you put it in a furnace, it gets what? Darker brown. Okay? And it says here that and his voice as a sound of many waters. So you know that He's not coming 5'5", right? 10 feet or more, right? Strong voice. And He's not Jesus as they taught you, right? Or they have the picture and you carry the cross so proudly. This is how He looks. There you go. Okay? That word Jesus, it was in the 1600s. And that real guy with the blue eyes, long hair, high heels, right? That's Caesar Borgia, the son of a pope. I don't know why you're not looking these things up, right? John 14:9. John 14:9. Give me a minute. I'm looking for John. Hey, I think I just found him. 14:9. Let's see now. And it's in red letters. Yahushua speaking. Yahushua said to him, have I been with you so long, yet you have not known me? Fit up. He who has seen me has seen the Father. So how can you say, show us the Father? See? Same complexion. Right? But you gave into that Caesar Borgia, right? They call him Jesus or Cristo, right? That now you don't want to let go of it. Your pridefulness, right? Moving to Isaac 63:1. Isaac 63:1. Let's see if I got it here. Who is this whom comes from Edom, with dying garments from Bozrah? This one who is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I who speak in righteousness, mighty to save. It's making it clear that I know that they look tough. I mean, they've been blessed with the sword, okay, with weapons. That's all they've been blessed with, okay. But that's gonna be taken away when Yahweh Bashin Yahushai comes back. All right. I mean, let's be sincere here. With what they call that EMP, they just turn everything off. Their technology won't work no more. What happened now? They're not strong. Yep. Okay. So moving to Isaac 64:5. 64:5. Chapter 64, verse 5. You meet him who rejoices and does righteousness, who remembers you in your ways. You are indeed angry, for we have sinned. In these ways we continue, and we need to be saved. You gotta remember, you know you've been sinning, and the only solution, if you're a woman, is to start learning who you really are, right? Stop helping the brothers, okay? It's not just watching and that's it, okay? Or you're gonna have to get involved, get married with those who are doing God's will. They're in the highways and byways, okay? Now, if you don't do that, when the shutdown comes, you're gonna be looking for a man. And since you didn't come to this, you're gonna be picking the wrong one. 63, Isaac 63, verse 2. Yep. Verse 2. Why is your apparel red, and your garment like one who treads in the winepress? Yeah, why? Why is that? I have tread the winepress alone, and from the people no one was with me. For I have tread them in my anger, and trampled them in my fury. Their blood is sprinkling upon my garment, and I have stirred all my robes. Yeah, you go. It's gonna get ugly, man. A lot of killing is gonna go on. A lot of people are gonna die. A lot of children. Starvation, right? But you don't want to wake up and you want to send this, if it was, one Israelite, Puerto Rican, keep your Hebrew Israelite coat BS that you picked up from African Americans in the U.S. where it belongs. Well, I have traveled outside of America, right? And I also got to live in Puerto Rico when I was little. Okay, I've been to Aruba, I've been to Venezuela, right? Curacao, right? So it's sad, if it is a Puerto Rican, that you have that much anger, hate. You could be a communist also, Who knows and who cares? I'm here to tell you or her that if you don't repent, the wrath that the Edomites are going to get, you're going to get too. And moving to now Revelation 19:13. Revelation 19. Well, I got to look at the time here. He was clothed with a robe dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh. Yeah. Yahweh Shah, when he comes back, take a good look. Right? Judah. They're rising up all over the world. Behind them, Ephraim. Yeah, and the rest of the tribes. Go to 15, verse 15. Now out of his mouth goes a sharp sword, that with it he should strike the nation, and he himself would rule them with a rod of iron. He himself treads the winepress of the furnace and wrath of Almighty Yahweh. Yeah, man. When you hear that, the sharpening the sword, when he comes out and starts speaking those words, in Puerto Rico, I guess you're not aware that around the world, big countries, having missiles aiming this way. You telling me that you're not going to be getting any? If you're not doing his work, right? He's the one who's in charge. You should be having fear, trembling, and coming back to your true identity and nationality and your inheritance. Right? You so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, and speckled birds. Moving to Isaac 27:41. 27. Look at my timer, 27. 41. Is it 41? 27? No. Nope. Something didn't go here. Nope. That's not it. Slakia. Let's go to Genesis 27:42. Genesis 27:42. I think that's where I was at. Yep, that happens. Genesis over here. Give me a minute. 27:42. Right here. And the word of Esau, his older brother, his older son, was told to Rebekah, so that she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said to him, surely your brother Esau comforts himself concerning you by intending to kill you. Yeah, Jacob. Who do you think Jacob is?